Well, it looks like we are. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we ready to go, you guys? Okay, it looks like we're live. Let me make sure that we have sound and everything. Okay, we are live and we have sound and everything is ready to go. Hello, everybody. I'm Gina, aka the Gina Chu, and welcome to Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club. My wonderful bot in the chat will show you all the ways you can follow me on social media, here on Twitch, or on YouTube, or you can follow me on Twitter at the Gina Chu to chat with me, see when I'll be streaming next, and all that good stuff. So today, we are continuing with Jirard's route, which I'm so excited about. Oh, I went back a scene. Sorry. That's okay. This will be a good little scene to start on. Chapter 3. We're at Chapter 3 of Jirard's route. This route is killing all of my feels so far. It's unreal. Completely unreal. How much, like, this is tugging at my heartstrings. This is easily one of the best routes I've done so far. Jirard is an absolute sweetheart. Okay, okay, so we've got 20 tournament points already. The current event is Crazy in Love. Let's read this diary entry for today. Dear Diary, and so the convention is over and I almost feel like I'm homesick. Yeah, it's post-con depression syndrome. I've felt it. It sucks. It's not the same kind of thing, but I wish I could go back and forwards. I wish I could... Man, this is confusing. You just wish you could give Jirard a smooch. We'll take care of that at some point, I'm sure, Hana. Okay, oh god. No, this looks like an Inuyasha reference if I'm pointing it out correctly. I love that they teach like anime and video game shit at this school. It's great. Of course, the crystal shards. Ispep! Hello, my dear! Welcome to the stream! I'm so excited to see you! I missed you while I was on vacation. I hope you've been good this week. I hope everything's been going well for you. Of course, the crystal shards themselves didn't protect people from the miasma. That was the mirth that caravans gathered every year in order to keep their town safe from harm. Oh my god. As Miss Shizuka lectured in front of the class, I doodled absent-mindedly in my notebook. You broke your iPad! Oh, Ispep! That sucks! I'm so sorry to hear that! Don't worry about showing up a little bit. I actually started the stream a little bit later than I usually do, so... It all worked out. I'm so happy you're here. I missed the convention. I know those feels, Hana. It was so much fun hanging out with everyone in Jirard, learning about video games with Jirard, wandering the convention in the city with Jirard. There's a common theme here I'm sensing. I sighed dreamily. What if every day was like that and I got to spend all my free time with him? He would teach me all there was to know about video games, taking me through all the stories I hadn't played and showing me the completion bonuses I'd never gotten. We would laugh together and share food together, and then finally one day, on our 50th wedding anniversary, when Jirard was an old shriveled prude of a man and I was a spitfire of an old woman, I would hand him his very own Princess Pumpernickel figure, and he would cry in joy as he looked at the figure and completed the quest that brought us together. Hana! What a story you've created in your mind. You should share this with Mai, because since she's like the down low writer, you know, oh! Inuyasha and Kagome, that's your... I liked, I thought, Sesshomaru and Kagura had something going on. Sesshomaru was my favorite character by far in that whole show. He was like the big old grump, and he was great. It's been years since I've seen an episode of Inuyasha, though. You. Whoa! Miss Mizuno! Miss Mizuno! Ah! Yes! What's wrong? Did they or did they not breed cows in the fields of fun? The fields of fun? What? Disappointing. Pay more attention, please, or I'll be forced to have you stay after class. Yes, ma'am. Sheesh, Hana, where was your mind at? It was in Jirard, that's where it was at. Nowhere! Don't even worry about it. Oh, jeez. I was really losing it. How completely embarrassing. But of course, when the time came for lunch and I was finally able to see Jirard again, I went shooting out the door. Hana! Hana! I shot out into the hallway and was about to head for the staircase when...
Hana.
Oh my god. Jirard's so cute. They're both like want to rush to see each other. It's adorable. I can't handle it. Jirard came running down the hallway in just as much of a rush as me. I stopped by the door, flushed. Jirard! Hi, do you have somewhere to go today? No, I was just, I was really hungry today. You were going to see Hana. Jirard blushed and avoided my eyes, but came to stand beside me. Neither of us could keep the smiles off our faces. This is the best! Oh god, it's so cute! Oh god, I'm so sorry to hear that, Ispep. If it's just the glass, I don't think that it's an expensive fix. If the screen underneath the glass is broken, I think that's an expensive fix. But I don't think it's too bad if it's just the glass. Apple products in general are a little pricey to fix, though. Anyways, ready to head to lunch? Yeah, I'm starving! As I pushed open the door and Jirard passed me by, I saw Mai and Jirard standing across the way. They were both staring at me with Smug's look on their faces. I knew exactly what they were thinking.
What?
What? Nothing. Jirard and I waltzed out into campus together, the sun soaking our faces. My mood was lifted as high as the clear blue sky, and I beamed. I felt really good today. It's so weird to be back at school after the con. Isn't it? I miss it all.
Yes!
Me too! It was great to be able to see my friends all the time. Oh, he enjoyed having a Hana with him the whole time too! I love it! I can't handle it. Oh god, I hate to use the term fangirling, but like, this story is just giving me all the feels more so than any of the other... I mean, Satch's route gave me a lot of feels, but not nearly as much as this. Like, this is just outright sheer campy adorableness, and I'm loving every moment of it. Oh, it is just the glass, okay. Yeah, I mean, I can understand why your mom would be upset, I guess. But yeah, if it's just the glass, that's not too crazy expensive of a fix. I have a friend of mine that, I think sat on one of my friend's iPads and like completely broke it, or I think he stepped on it or something. He totally broke one of his iPads, and it took him like years to save up to get him a new one. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's so tough to be separated from everybody now. Yeah, it's lame. I wish every day could be like a con, even after we graduate from Asagao. But that would be pretty hard, wouldn't it? I'd have to buy more than a mansion, maybe an entire road of houses just for my friends to live in. But that would be so fun!
Right?
Wouldn't it? Giddily, we entered the cafeteria, chatting animatedly. It was almost as though there was no one else in the room but Jirard. Anyways, Hana, I was wondering. I'm going into the city today to check for Princess Pumpernickel. There's a lead in a small shop there. Would you like to go with me? I know you're not too into IBKs, but...
Yeah!
Of course I would!
Really?
Really? Great! Shane's route has all the feels. Oh, Ispep! I'm really excited to start Shane's route. Like, I'm probably gonna just lose my mind the entire time during Shane's route. I'm gonna wind up being tsundere for this tsundere because I'm gonna be like, Shane, you're so adorable, but you're such an ass at the same time. and it's weird because, I mean, obviously there are like similarities between the real guys and their Asagao versions. But obviously a lot of stuff is exaggerated too. But I've heard from so many people that Shane, as trolly as he is like the sweetest guy in the world. And I just can't imagine that coming from, you know, looking at Asagao Shane as opposed to that. Eulalia's here! Hello, Eulalia! Welcome back! Thanks so much for tuning in and joining me again. Eulalia joined our little, I don't know, are we a little family? Are we a team ourselves? I don't know. But Eulalia joined our little family yesterday and I'm so excited. Ispep is one of my regulars, Eulalia, so take good care of her, okay? Everybody play nice, you guys. I love having all you guys here. It makes me so excited. I wouldn't mind learning more about them either. Chibi-Yupa is really cute. You like her then? Oh, of course! She's on my desk lamp. I see her every morning when I wake up. That's great to hear. It's really cute. Pardon? So I'll see you after class? Definitely! Somehow the rest of the guys got to the table before us. Apparently we slowed down somewhere on our walk here. We sat down, ready to rejoin them in normal conversation, but they dropped whatever they were talking about as we approached. I side-eyed Mai, but she just laughed. Whatever. I didn't care if my feelings toward Jirard were obvious, just as long as he didn't find out. Oh, God. The two of you are so cute. Just smooch, please. Shaking my head, I set my sights on the next few hours. Soon, Jirard and I would be in a train again, heading towards the city. I think it's adorable because I think that he looks at her like... Okay, shy remarks. Anyway, let me finish my thought, because now my brain's going all over the place. I think it's really cute that, It seems like he looks at, like, he thinks Hana is adorable, just like his IBKs, but, like, she's, like, a real-life person. And he's so smitten with her. It's really adorable. It's really cute. Okay, this event is called Shy Remarks. Dear Diary, does Jirard miss me as much as I miss him? It doesn't seem realistic, but I think I'm finally starting to hope. I would hope at the very least you would understand that... Oh, God, Hana. So immediately after school, Jirard and I raced to the train station for the very first train to the city, giggling like maniacs. We made it to the stop just as it was boarding and piled into a compartment, wheezing like numbskulls. Looks like we got our exercise for today, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Where's the shop that we're heading to anyways? It just opened. That's part of the reason I'm heading there. I need to put my feelers out. The guy seemed like he was a big IBK collector, so if anyone is bound to have it, it's him. Anyways, how's your tournament practice going? Oh, right! That! After the excitement of the convention, I forgot that I still needed to practice for the tournament while I was here. Seeing the guilty look on my face, Jirard shrugged. Well... Don't worry about it. We've got 3 weeks, so there's still time. Yeah. 3 weeks always seems like it's a lot of time. Until it's not anymore. Oh. I know what you mean. I haven't had time to practice much either. Really? Don't you do quick plays or something? You are correct. I love that little line. You are correct. Captain Smartness, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, I'm so glad that you decided to stop in for some fun Asagao stuff. I'm so afraid that once Asagao's over, that like y'all are gonna I'm gonna never see you guys again. The thought makes me very sad. I still think I've got quite a bit of content left at Asagao though. Chu-Chu Club? Whoa! Did my followers just get a name? Chu-Chu Club? That's really adorable! Now I'm having the feels. I have to make it official, the Chu-Chu Club. That is the official name. I'm calling it now. Welcome to Captain Smartness to the stream. Oh, you're staying 5 ever? Thank you, Ispap. That's really sweet of you. Let me have my bot spit out my social media stuff since we have some newer people here. There we go. I have to put that on a timer. Anyway, they're called speedruns, and I don't just do any speedruns, but completionist speedruns. Speedruns are the most incredible things to witness. I mean, they're unreal. Captain Smartness followed me! Thank you for the follow! Yay! Thank you so much! I really appreciate it! Have I done Shane's route yet? No! In fact, the only 3 routes I have left to do after Jirard's are Shane's and the 2 hidden ones. I've done everyone else but the 3 of them. So, after Jirard's is Shane's, and I'm very excited for it. So, yeah, we'll see. I might wind up finishing Jirard's tonight and starting Shane's tomorrow. I don't know. I would be totally okay with that. Okay. Yeah, but speedruns are super fun. I'm actually really excited for Summer Games Done Quick. That should be starting, I think, beginning of July. Oh, your favorite route is Shane. Everybody says Shane's is their favorite route. I can't imagine because he's such a jackass in this game, but I have a feeling it's gonna wind up being my favorite too. Knowing me, it'll wind up being my favorite. Get every item in the game and complete it as fast as you can. It's just as time consuming as you'd think, and it takes a lot of practice. My event also starts the earliest of them all and goes the latest, so it's a bit of an ordeal. Ooh, wow. Yeah, that's just speedruns can take a super long time. Oh, Eulalia, I'm sorry. If I could force that sound bite to play for you right now, I would, but I don't believe that I can. And at least I don't have anything set up where I can. I don't think my bot is set up for that, but that's okay. I had no idea games could be so stressful. Oh, they can. We get breaks, and it's nothing compared to the competitive RTS players or even MOBA games. Have you seen those? I am not a MOBA or RTS person, but my brother and a lot of my friends are, and I just don't understand how they can get into that. It's like, I feel like it's way above my head. I don't know. There he was again, spitting out jargon like I was supposed to know what it meant. I shook my head slowly. They're crazy! Like real athletes, they can earn real athlete money too. It's crazy how much things have changed in the last few years. Games are art, games are sports, games are trash. Games are trash. Games are friendships, games are communities, games are stories, games are characters, games are creations. Those are all true. It's such a big wide world out there. I can't imagine how anyone could just not be interested in it or write them off, but a lot of people do. I felt like I'd somehow touched a nerve, but nodded politely. I didn't grow up with games, so I never thought about how important they could be to people. The train shuddered to a stop, and a little chime played. Jirard and I headed into the city. Well, think about it this way. None of us would be friends without games. Or maybe some of us might be, but not all of us. We have this thing to unite us when everything else fails. He sighed. And remember how I was talking about having all my friends live in houses near each other? That might not ever happen, but we will always be able to play games together, and that's basically the same thing. I nodded slowly. Jirard's friends were clearly very important to him, and so were games. So then, do you have plans for the future? Jirard looked up from his phone, glancing across the street, then beckoned for me to follow him. Future plans?
Nope.
Is Pep... unstick yourself! What kind of shenanigans are you getting into there? Nope. He beamed at me, then led the way across the crosswalk. Really? No? Just no? Don't give him that, Hana, because in every other route, you've been asked by the guys what you want to do in the future, and you have no damn clue, so I don't know why you're sassing him. I hurried after him, completely confused. Much of my life was spent in anxiety for one particular reason. I did not have a passion. I would watch my mother and my father work together at their jobs' complementary work, both dedicating all their time and energy to their own creative pursuits, and wondered whether something was wrong with me. My dad would pat my head and tell me to live my life happily because I did not need to know now, but that didn't help. I remember, and I don't know how old you guys are, but you might be younger than me. I'm older than you would probably think, but I remember having no idea what I wanted to do in high school with my life, and that's a very anxious feeling to have. And then I, realized that, writing was the thing that I loved, and so that's my main passion. Although I have been spending a lot of time streaming. I would love to do more streaming and be able to make that a thing, but yeah. 21, I am quite a bit older than you, Eulalia. I'm quite a bit older than you, believe it or not. 24? Oh, is Pep, I love you, honey. But I am much older than that as well. Well, that's okay if you don't know what to do. The best thing to do is to just, try different things, and then you'll find something that you love. But it's not something that you should push yourself over. Just to live your life with happiness, I think, is the best thing to do. Without passion, life was incomplete. That was the picture I got. An author or a lawyer? I want to be an author. That's what I want to do. Is I'm hoping to be published with this novel that I'm working on. We'll see, but yeah, that's what I would love to do, is to be a writer. Law and Order. I didn't have the desire to keep working on something just because I enjoyed it. Eventually I would get tired, and if I didn't have to spend more time on that thing, I wouldn't. The only times I did were when other people were involved. I got good grades, so I would be praised, and so I was good at something. If nothing else, if not bold or creative or athletic, I was smart. But that was all I ever felt I had going for me. Yeah, no, I haven't figured that out yet. But you're so talented. You could pick anything you wanted to do.
Huh.
All I really want to do is entertain, or maybe play video games. It would be great to find a way to do both, but I don't know that there is yet. Oh, Jirard! If you could only see the real-life version of yourself. Living the dream. Ispep, you're a tiny baboo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna type my age into the chat. And we'll see. We'll watch you guys freak out. Maybe I'll find something though where I can create my own thing. He laughed heartily. I'm sure it'll work itself out. Jirard. Rather than inspire me for the first time, Jirard's positive attitude grated my nerves. Things aren't always as easy as that though. You need to survive. You can't just not pick a field because you haven't figured it out. You can't just create your own job. Sure you can. Why not? There are bills to pay. Jirard looked at me quizzically and I stopped myself. Right. He probably wouldn't understand what it was like to worry about where your next paycheck came from. Yeah! These are rich boys. Does it? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's the itty bitty kitty sign back there. It is perfect for this route. Hey, they're right behind you, Jirard. Turn around. Oh, I didn't. Let me see. These people, all of them, came from wealthy families. They didn't have the same problems I did. Never mind.
All right.
Well, here we are. Jirard pointed to a small shop with an open sign in the window. It didn't even have a title over its entryway yet. A paper hung on the door with Jaeger's Finds in black Sharpie. After you. Jirard and I stepped into the shop. It was small, cramped, and somewhat dingy. Rows of wire racks stood across the room every few feet. If they were placed any closer together, there wouldn't be room to walk. I peered at the different things lining the shelves. Game discs, portfolios of cards, small figures with numbers across their bases, dice, plushies, bouncy balls. As Jirard made a beeline for the man at the counter. You skipped a year as pet? That is impressive. You wouldn't happen to have a Princess Pumpernickel figure lying around, would you? The man behind the counter scoffed as if the answer should have been obvious. If it ever comes in, could you let me know? Jirard exchanged information with the man who tisked at him. I could tell from the way he was shaking his head, dreadlocks trembling, that he thought Jirard's search was hopeless. Jirard has, like, just boundless enthusiasm and just nothing gets him down, and I love it. We returned to the street outside, Jirard no worse for wear than before. As we headed back to the train station, I finally asked what had been on my mind for some time. Jirard, why exactly do you collect things?
I like what I like.
Yeah, I like what I like. I haven't seen Attack on Titan, actually. I haven't seen a lot of the new anime, really. It's been forever since I really sat down and watched anime. I was born in the mid-'80s, so the 90s anime is more the stuff that I watch, if ever at all. Why? Well, because I like them, of course. Okay, that's fine, but why do you need to complete your collections? It seems like a lot more work than it's worth, and it probably costs a lot, too. Well... He stroked his beard carefully as we set off across the crosswalk. I mean, why do people do anything? That's a hard question to answer. In the end, it's because I want to. And completing things gives me a sense of accomplishment and closure. I get a sense of satisfaction when I look over everything I've done. I know it sounds silly, but in another way I look at the collections and I remember how I've changed. That's not silly at all. I think that makes perfect sense. I tend to be more pessimistic than I wish I could be. Captain Smartness, I totally understand that. Which probably means that's probably just more of an indication that Shane's gonna completely win me over. It's like, oh, that used to matter to me a lot. He shook his head. I don't know. Have you ever collected something? Yeah, but never on purpose.
Really?
Really? Never? Someone just gave you all the things you collected and you never bought something for yourself? Nope, nah. I stopped mid-sentence. There was a shop window to my right, a craft shop with lovely patterned papers and yarns.
Hana.
Hana, are you okay?
What?
What? I blinked. I'd stopped in the middle of the road. A man walking past scoffed at me, annoyed that I was in his way. I stuck my tongue out of his back. The paper here is really pretty, that's all. You like origami?
Yeah.
Oh yeah! My parents are really creative and they taught me how to fold things. I got really good at it after around the time my mother passed. I haven't done it much since then, though.
Hey.
You should do it more often. It seems like you like it. No, that's okay. Come on, we're going to miss the train. As we sat in our compartment on the way back to Asagao, I couldn't help but review the conversation in my mind. I understood that it was just the way Jirard was, but it didn't seem a good enough reason for all the effort he was going through. Well, some people just like to collect things. There's, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It was a figure, after all. It wouldn't give him lasting happiness or anything. Jirard was staring out the window, a troubled look on his face. You know, thinking about it more, at this point, I might do it more because it's who I am than anything else. Do what? Collect things. It's fun and it's a part of me by now. It gives me a quest to go after and something to define myself by, right?
Exactly.
I'm dedicated and disciplined and persistent, and if I work hard enough, I'm rewarded for it. I like that feeling. It feels like I can impact things. I think that's something everybody needs in their life. I agree. Impact things? Jirard nodded. Don't you have something like that? By the time we got back to campus, night had fallen. We jogged for the entrance and Jirard escorted me back to Primrose House.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming with me, Hana. No, thank you. It was fun to spend time with you again. I'm sorry you didn't find Pumpernickel. Jirard shrugged. That's okay. It gives me something to look forward to. He pumped a fist into the air.
Finish it.
Someday I shall prevail.
See you later.
Anyway, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye, Hana. Have a good night. Why did you not kiss him? The Chu-Chu Club accepts you. The Chu-Chu Club will always accept you, is Pep. Always. I headed for my dorm room, a resolution formed in my mind. Oh, I might as well save since I accidentally opened this like I do every time. If Jirard was going to find Princess Pumpernickel, he needed more than just his eyes looking for them. Tomorrow, I would find Princess Pumpernickel. Oh, jeez. And that's how I found myself riding the train after school the next day, not even taking the time to change. If there was a way I could find Jirard's elusive Princess Pumpernickel, and then I could present it to him. I wanted to make him happy, and if he was happy, I would be happy too. Oh, no! You're killing me, girl! I wandered the city aimlessly, watching people float by me with a sinking feeling. Well, where was I even supposed to go find it? I wanted to check out some of the shops, maybe junk and antique shops and the collections of old nerdy stores run by people who were just as big of fans as Jirard was. I'd run willy-nilly into the city without even a plan to my name. With a sigh, I pulled out my phone and typed IBK figures into the search engine. Oh. There was one only a few feet away? I zoomed in on the map, trying to figure out where the hell I was in relation to the direction it was giving. It seemed to be on the other side of this block, but which way was I supposed to go? I glanced up around me, then came to a full stop. There was an alley just to my right, and through it I could see the orange and purple side of Neil's Electronics and etc.
Yay!
Awesome! Uh-oh. Why do I have like a foreboding feeling, you guys? Is Hana about to get jumped? I don't know. Maybe it's because I live in New York, but if I would never go down an alleyway like this. I started into the alley. What a convenient shortcut. I hated navigating cities more than anything, and as much as I liked the cities themselves, I wasn't familiar enough with them, so they were incredibly daunting, especially with the way people brushed past you like they didn't care at all. But as I reached the middle of the alley, a looming figure stepped out in front of me. Oh, God. It's your typical anime bully, schoolboy bully. Jesus. The hair, though. The hair, though. It's Pep, you have plenty of time to go get a date, girl. I'm a good guesser. Look, like I said, I'm a New Yorker. You don't go down alleys in New York. A man with a mile-long pompadour stepped out to block my path to the store, twirling a chain with something glinting on its end. My eyes followed the glinting thing, trying to catch a glimpse of what it was, and noticing this, he brought it to a standstill. My heart stopped. It was a knife. Jesus Christ, Hana. How do you get into these situations? Oh yeah, Ispep, how was your trip to New York? That's right. You were right in my corner of the world. Right as I left for North Carolina. That's a real nice backpack you got there. Come from a rich family, do you? I backed away slowly, clutching my backpack to my chest with both hands. My entire month's allowance was inside of it. Without it, how was I supposed to eat? The robber sneered. I don't suppose you'd want to let me have a look at the inside of that, eh? Maybe you'd even want to give it to me. No! I turned around and started to run, but didn't get far. A sharp jolt of pain shot through my ankle, and I cried out. I fell face first into the ground, biting my lip as I fell. Ow! The iron taste of blood tickled my tongue, and as I spat inside, I tried to stand, but the pain made me fall back to the ground. The robber walked casually up to me. Oh, God. Yeah, hashtag total main character. Absolutely. Easy as taking candy from a baby. He held the knife in one hand, reaching out to me with the other. I scooted away as quickly as I could, eventually running into the wall. There was nowhere left to go, but the knife kept coming closer. Tears in my eyes, I flung my arms over my head. Jirard, help! Did you summon him from the fucking ether? Hana? Seriously? She summoned him from the goddamn ether. Seriously. Well, what's going on here? And Jirard was there. I lowered my arms, completely flabbergasted. Jirard stood in the alleyway, a semi-pleasant look on his face, as if he were greeting an old friend instead of confronting an armed robber. You!
Hey!
Baggy! So we meet again! The robber, Baggy, stepped away from me, holding the knife up towards Jirard. They seemed to know each other somehow? Jirard stepped between me and Baggy, a dangerous glint in his eye. I quickly scooted behind him. Jirard, if you wouldn't mind laying off Hana, that would be great. I doubt you'd like Mistress Valletta to hear about this. You wouldn't dare! I'd set your throat before you got the chance! Jirard pulled his cell phone out of his pocket. It already opened in his hand. He turned the screen towards Baggy, thumb hovering over the send button. Would you? Baggy glanced around at himself, trying to figure out some way to escape. Finally, he looked back at Jirard, rage practically shooting off of him. Of course fucking Jirard's just gonna waltz in. It was awesome, but smelled like trash. Yeah, the city has some interesting smells. You haven't heard the last of me, Jirard. Someday I will have my revenge.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, tell it to your mother. And make sure to tell her hi. This moment is the personification of Jirard in this game. Tell it to your mother and make sure I said hi, okay? Tell her I said hi. I will. She says hi back. Nice. Baggy pocketed his knife and wandered out of the alley, heading to who knows where. Jirard watched him until he was out of sight, then bent down next to me.
Hana.
Are you okay? What are you doing all the way out here and in an alley by yourself? How did you know that man?
Huh.
Aw, me and the Baxter used to go to school together. Such a card, that one. Card. But are you okay? Tears filled my eyes. I was so relieved to see him. The impact of what just happened was finally hitting me. My throat tightened until I couldn't reply. Jirard's gaze traveled to my face to my hands clasped tightly around my ankle.
Hold the phone. What?
Wait, what was that? Hold on.
Hold the phone. What?
That was adorable! Wait, are you hurt? Ah! No, my heart! That is too cute. Look at his face! That is really cute! Oh my god! Jirard swept me up into his arms as if he were carrying a princess. He is Hana. He smiled at me, readjusting his grip. I put my arms around his neck, instinctively trying to make it easier for him. Don't worry, I've got you.
Jirard.
Jirard. I'm taking you to the infirmary. You can't afford hospital fees, right? Don't worry, I'll always be here when you need me. Oh, God. Jirard started out of the alley. As soon as we emerged onto the street, people started to stare, giving Jirard very strange looks. My mind finally caught up with what was happening, and I buried my face into his shoulder. Jirard, put me down. I'm fine. I can walk on my own.
Nope.
No, under no circumstances. What if it gets worse? Besides, you're hardly heavy at all. So he said, though I could feel his shoulders straining underneath me. I no longer saw the people around me. All I felt were Jirard's arms and the steady bobbing motion of his walk. It was comforting and steady, and finally I realized what could possibly have happened to me had Jirard not been there. Then I started to sob, unable to hold it any longer. Jirard, I was so scared. Yes, Pep, you freed yourself. Jirard patted me as gently as he could from the way he was awkwardly holding me. Well, you don't need to be anymore. I'm here for you. Jirard's shoulder muffled my sobs, and I didn't pull away from him until we got back to Asagao. Ah, the last time we were here was when PBG hurt himself. Jirard pulled up at the door to the nurse's office, carrying me through. Ah, Mr. McPasta! What up? Mr. McPasta barely even looked up from his desk. With a single glance, he pointed to a bed in the back of the room. Jirard placed me gently into it, then shook out his arms. He was breathing rather heavily, but he was doing his best to hide it. Shame crept down my neck, but Jirard didn't complain. He probably didn't want me to feel bad.
Are you feeling alright?
Hey! I don't think we've heard Mr. McPasta's voice yet, really. Are you I think I hurt my ankle. How did that happen? I tripped. Creeps raised an eyebrow, but took a cursory glance at my ankle. Then he poked it. Does this hurt? Ow! It's only twisted. Get some rest and it'll get better. He glanced from me to Jirard, then smiled. A creepy, creepy smile. I've got to run an errand real quick, but I'm sure I can leave you in his care. I feel like Mr. McPasta, like low-key just, like, ships all the students with each other. But Creeps left, his coat sweeping up behind him like the wings of a great white bat. PTPD, post-traumatic PBG disorder? Is that what's going on over there?
Hana,
why were you in that alley in the first place? Why were you wandering the city alone? Oh, he's gonna feel even worse after she tells him. Yeah. It's not like walking around the city is that dangerous. Yeah, but it seems like you lack the street smarts people get when they're raised near cities. Touché. Although I could just as easily ask you the same question.
Hana.
Hana? Fine. I was there looking for Princess Pumpernickel. I thought I could check around and maybe if I found it. I flushed and trailed off. Jirard sighed. Hana, I have every store in a 300-mile radius on watch and ready to alert me if it comes into stock. You don't need to worry yourself trying to find it for me. Why are you going through all of this trouble? Are you kidding me? Jirard! You don't like Paul. Paul was a little tough for me to deal with. Some of the shit he pulls in his route is, like, you don't go through a ton of trouble for me, for all of us. I just wanted to repay you. I bit my lip. And there's another reason, kind of.
Well,
See, I had a collection myself when I was younger, or something like a collection. When I was little, my mom got sick. Really, really sick. I was basically guaranteed she was going to die, but as a little girl I didn't understand that. I just saw my dad suffering as she grew weaker, my mom stroking my face as she gradually lost the will to keep fighting. But I heard the myth of 1,000 paper cranes. If you could fold 1,000 origami cranes, your heart's desire will be granted. At least that's how I understood it at the time. So I tried really, really hard to fold 1,000 paper cranes. But in the end, I only made it to around 700 before my mother died. As my dad and I stood by her bed, I kept thinking to myself, if only I had been better, if only I had been faster. I'm gonna cry, this is super sad! If I could have folded those 1,000 cranes, she would have lived. Hana. So, when I see you trying so hard to finish your own collection, I guess it just reminds me of little Hana. I want to grant her wish even if I can't fulfill her heart's desire. Hana, I'm so sorry. No, it's okay. I'm a little surprised myself. I always figured I just wanted to help you out. I didn't connect it to that memory until just now. It's silly, isn't it? I playfully bonked myself in the head, but Jirard didn't even crack a smile. So then, the origami yesterday. I nodded. That's why I stopped folding origami. I haven't really found much joy in it since then. It's why I don't want to go back. But the paper in that shop is beautiful. For the first time I almost wanted to start again. Jirard searched my face, then he took my hand in his.
Thank you.
Hana, thank you for trying so hard to help me. It's no problem, really. I want to. You two done talking? Hana needs some rest, a good nap, and some crutches to get back to her room, and she should be good as new within a day or two.
Yes!
That's great! In that case, I'll leave you to rest.
Jirard.
Jirard. I grabbed his sleeve as he stood to leave, then glanced at the floor. Thank you for saving me.
Sure, I'll do what I can.
Oh, God! If I had to, I'd save you 1,000 times more, whatever it took to keep you safe and happy. Ow! My heart! I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And Jirard turned towards the door, and as he pulled it open, he looked at me again.
I promise.
Don't forget, I'll always come help you when you need me. Just summon him from the goddamn ether like you did! And then he was gone. Creep sighed next to me. Love birds these days, I swear. Anyway, have a good night. He shook his head, then drew the curtains around my bed. I stared at the infirmary curtains in front of me, distinctly aware of Mr. McPasta's every move. For a while it was silent. He was clicking around and typing on the computer, probably entering in my medical information. I shifted, trying to get comfortable enough to fall asleep, but Mr. McPasta's presence was something that wasn't something that was very soothing. That's what I was thinking anyway, until I heard him giggling. When his giggles finally faded away, I caught the faint meow of a cat. Then the giggles started again. He was watching cat videos on the internet? I chuckled myself, nestling into my pillow. If he liked cats, he couldn't be that bad of a guy. The sound of cat videos sang me to sleep. Oh my god, they're absolute cuties. Current event, checking in. Okay, dear diary. He swept in like a knight in shining armor, but why does Jirard know that guy at all? He said they knew each other when they were young, but why on earth is he familiar with criminals? His family doesn't work with the mob, right? Right? His laugh is super cute, Eulalia. Absolutely. I was escorted to my room after I woke up. Maya was distraught when she saw me, but after I told her what happened, her expression changed. Jirard saved you? How romantic. My. I was on my phone searching the internet for some kind of movie to watch when it went off in my hand. Mr. McPasta said you went back to your room. Feeling okay? Smiley face. It was Jirard. Warmth bloomed in my chest. Yeah, don't worry. No, he wouldn't believe me. I'm still a bit shaken. No, that would make him worried. I should just tell him the truth. I'm fine, just need rest. I smiled and sent the message. As I watched, the typing symbol appeared on the bottom of the screen. And then it disappeared. No, wait, there it was again. Or not. They're both trying to figure out the perfect thing to say to each other. These dorks are adorable and I can't handle it. Yes, Mai is too pure for this world. I'm telling you, the only two things that I wish we could have is I wish we could have some actual romance with the hidden block guys and a Mai root, because Mai deserves a goddamn root. Damn it! I watched it appear and disappear, a smile on my face. Finally, he responded. Cool. I giggled and resumed my internet browsing. Jirard was just too cute. You both are too cute, you little cinnamon rolls. Alright. Yeah, look, my DLC would be completely appreciated. The walk to class the next day was punctuated with whispers and pointing fingers. Somehow, word about my being attacked in the city got out. Fancy that! Oh my, ya big mouth! As I carefully left the stairwell, conscious of not injuring myself any further, a small, warm something collided with me. Hana! Oh my god, are you okay? Oh, Mimi! You must have hit into us because you got out of your damn lane! Get back there, bitch! I almost threw something at my computer screen. What? Yes, I'm fine. I heard you got attacked by ninjas in the city! Oh my gosh, tell me everything! Mimi looked up at me with wide eyes, all the appearance of concern and compassion. Mai put a hand on her hip. What are you doing, Mimi? Yes! Luke would be the #1 person I would want to date. Luke and Jeff, who is an actual cinnamon roll. I would be happy. I would love to date Jimmy and Ian. That would be cool too. I heard there was supposed to be like a male main character that you could play. But I don't think they got to that Kickstarter goal, which is kind of sad. What are you talking about? I'm just concerned for my friend Hana here. Yeah, your friend! Oh my god! Yes, it's Pep! She is two-faced! Get in your damn lane! She slung an arm around my shoulder, rubbing my back like I was a baby who needed to spit up. My poor girl, you must have been so scared.
No.
No, not really. No? But the ninjas! There were no ninjas. No? But still! As she tried to argue further, Ian walked past. Mimi drew me tighter against her. Wow, I'm so glad you're okay, Hana! Ian stopped in his tracks and turned to us. Beside me, Mimi shook slightly. She was scrunching up her face like she was trying to hide a grin. Hana, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. It wasn't a big deal. That's good. I would have been upset to lose my biggest competition. Take care of yourself, alright?
Yeah.
I will. He nodded at me, smiling, and the small gesture almost felt like a hug. Yeah, Alright, hold on, before we go on, I've heard that Ian becomes like the best BFF of all BFFs in one of the hidden routes. But please tell me. But then he turned to Mimi. Oh, Ian. Oh, Ian. I'm sorry. You. Thank you, Ian. Me? You're probably the most two-faced person I've ever met, and I've met a lot of the kind. I normally wouldn't say anything, but profiting off of someone who hurt themselves, only complete monsters do that. If you don't think people can see through this, you're wrong. You're not helping yourself. Ian! You don't know that. No, I guess I don't. He left, a sputtering Mimi in his wake. She yanked her arm from me with a grunt, jostling me into my... Ian! MVP, man! Oh, Ian! Ian, this is why I absolutely adore you. This is why I need a romance route for that dude. I love it. Stupid. Stop doing stuff like this to make the guys like you. It's pathetic. Pardon? She slammed the door to the classroom, not even looking back. The jerk! God, I always knew that girl was the worst. What is her problem? I mean, I used to be friends with her. It took me a while to see past her fake kindness. She didn't know anybody else, and she used me to get into volleyball games for free. She had a crush on the coach. Ew. Yeah, older men aren't that bad, but our coach?
This is so stupid.
Anyway, just forget about her. She's not worth it. Thanks, Mai. We stepped into the classroom, avoiding Mimi's eyes as we did, but...
Hana.
Oh my god, Hana, are you okay? It was going to be a long day. Yeah, you're going to be getting a lot of that today, honey.
Hana.
Oh! Once upon a dream. Oh, here we go! Oh, Hana, my sweet. I'm so happy to finally be spending our 20th anniversary together. I love that Hana's like imagining of this. Is not even just like, oh, we're dating, we're having, it's like, no, we've been together for like a good chunk of our lives. Like that, she's imagining spending like the rest of her life with Jirard, and it's so cute. Jirard, I can't believe you brought us back to the place we met. It only made sense. After all, we had to complete the circle. But you know, I happen to be a big purveyor of like terrible puns. I really haven't had a chance to give any during any of my streams, but I don't know. But still, 25 years? How did it come to that? You don't look a day older, dear. And it's a good thing, too. Jirard grabbed my waist and pulled me into his lap, giggling all the while. Jirard, not here! Why not? Someone could see!
Oh, yeah.
And here comes Luke! Now I'm having some PTPD, is Pep. And why would that be a problem? Ah! Holy shit, what happened? Who's trying to kill us? I have a candelabra and I'm not afraid to use it. Who the fuck is a candelabra in their dorm room? Jesus Christ. Mai sprang from her bed and into the middle of the room, wielding some kind of flaunting figure. Sorry, Mai, it was just... I just had a weird dream.
Really?
I love how fucking Luke made that. See, that shows that like she low-key should date Luke. That's all I'm saying. I want a Luke romance route. She relaxed and immediately hid the figure behind her back. What's that? Nothing. My. Oh, would you look at that? I pointed to the wall above my desk, on which there was only a calendar, and tried to toss the figure into her bed. Instead, it clattered against the bedside and fell to the floor.
What?
Mai, is this my Chibi-Yupa figure? I glanced at the corner of my desk, and sure enough, Chibi-Yupa was missing. I guess it is. Fancy that. Why do you have it? Oh, you know, it happened to be in my bed for some reason. It just happened into your bed. Mai. Alright, I wanted to look at it. Jirard's so into his IBKs and you were taking an interest in them too, so I was just curious. Oh, why didn't you say so? I would have let you look at it any time. Though it was sitting on my desk all semester, it would have been hard for her to just get a look by looking at it. I made such a big deal about how weird it was, I felt stupid trying to ask for them. Anyways, now that you have it back, we're not under attack. I'm going back to bed. Good night. Lukewarm on the idea of a Luke root. Oh, is Pep, I liked that one. I approve. Mai climbed hastily into her bed. No doubt embarrassed, I discovered her secret. I just thought of a terrible pun. I don't know if I should say it though. Oh my god, that's an awful pun that I just came up with, and I don't know if I should say it, you guys. I don't know. With a smile, I set Chibi Upa back on my desk and snuggled into my blankets. What kind of dream did you have anyways? I sighed. Looks like we were both going to bed embarrassed. My leg felt much better the next morning, which was a good thing because all morning I was paranoid I would see Jirard. I spent the walk to class ducking behind corners and jumping behind strangers. Say it? Okay. Guys, this is horrible. I can't say it. It's a terrible pun. I was gonna say, you know how Jirard was saying that, you know, they've been together for 25 years, but she doesn't look a day older. They must have moved to Youngtown. I'm done. I'm awful. I'm sorry. After the dream I had, I didn't know how I could face him. I watched the clock tick away the hours with increasing anxiety. Every time I looked up and saw that it was a new hour, my throat tightened. But of course, the time for my doom came. Lunch. Don't even worry about it. You'll be fine. Mai patted me on the back in her way, but I just shook my head. Apparently, Captain Smartness liked that one. Good. As soon as we entered the cafeteria, I searched the normal boots table for Jirard, but he wasn't there. What's Youngtown? Youngtown is, Luke's, I guess his, like, online handle, their screen name or channel name, I suppose? I don't know what you crazy kids call it. It's what he's called online. His channel's name is Youngtown. It's, yeah. Y-U-N-G town. Youngtown. Anyway, that was the joke. You just stabbed me in the stomach with that pun. As soon as we entered the cafeteria, I searched the normal boots table for Jirard, but he wasn't there. I glanced at the lunch line out the door behind us. The spaces in between, nothing. Where is he? Mai shrugged. You got what you wished for. I bit the inside of my lip and headed into the lunch line. As was usually the case, Asagao served a mixture of foods from all across the world. With so many international students attending, it only made sense for them to do something like that. Oh, is that his rapper title too? Yeah, I suppose it is. Luke's raps are incredible, by the way. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna think of them, and I watched one, and I was like, holy shit, this is incredible. He's so talented, it's ridiculous. With our French and Thai food on our plates, we headed to the table. When we sat, I again searched the cafeteria. Nothing. Looking for something? I jumped. Satch, sitting next to me, grinned devilishly at me. No, of course not. Satch laughed and jerked a thumb behind him. Jirard was at a table in the back of the room, a more private table surrounded by plants. He had an array of IBK figurines in front of him and was taking money from one of the students he was talking to. The student pocketed the Max Skellingpun figurine, and Jirard shook his hand. He's selling his figurines? Only his extras.
Really?
Why? They're so important to him. I thought he kept all his extras. Satch shrugged. That I don't know. Maybe he got tired of the clutter? Jirard was now trying to pitch a kitty with lightning yellow hair and a giant-ass sword to a scared-looking first year. Lightning yellow hair and a giant-ass sword, huh? This doesn't sound like Cloud Strife to me. Youngtown's voice is pretty incredible. He's just incredible. And he's also, like, the biggest dork. Like, I have to watch the rest of it, but I watched some of his Asagao stream. Like, I watched the archive on it on his Twitch channel. And he just gets all the feels from this game, and it's really cute. I turned back to my plate, trying to ignore my disappointment. After all, I didn't want to see him today. It was far too embarrassing. Nope, not at all. Except that you miss him, Hana. Is Pep, don't be ashamed. I was actually, you remember Kits, Fitter Kitty. She's usually, with us, but she was just streaming a little while ago. And she also said that she only knew PBG before she played this game. She didn't know any of the others. There was a lot of people I didn't know. I never saw a Youngtown video. I'd never heard of Satch. I didn't know who he was. I've never heard of Waleed. I didn't know who he was. I never saw any of his videos. I never saw any of Jimmy's videos. So yeah, one of the best things about this game is that you get to see so many new YouTubers and like check out so many awesome videos and new content. Like there's nothing embarrassing about it. That's awesome. Lunch period passed by more slowly without Jirard. It wasn't that the conversation didn't interest me, it was just that the spark of the whole thing was gone. Without Jirard's cheeriness and inclusive tendencies, the conversation veered towards games I'd never seen or heard of. I pushed around my food, bored out of my mind. Finally, it was time to head back to class. With a grateful sigh, I got out of my seat and headed for the trash bin.
Hana!
Oh, there he goes. You only knew Jirard and Jimmy. Huh, interesting. Most of the people that I've seen have said they've only heard of PBG or JonTron, or sometimes Pro Jared, but it wasn't that I never heard of Shane. Like, I knew that he ran Did You Know Gaming, but I knew nothing about him. I knew the channel. I watched a lot of the Did You Know Gaming videos. I'm subbed to that channel, but I never really knew anything about Shane himself until the game either. Jirard! Hi, fancy seeing you here! In the cafeteria at lunch. Yeah, I'm glad I caught you. Since I didn't get to eat lunch with you today, I wanted to know whether you'd be interested in making up for it this weekend? Have lunch with you? This weekend? Jirard was blushing slightly, a small smile on his lips. Was this a date? This was a date? Jirard was asking me out on a date. You up for it?
Yeah.
With you? Definitely.
Awesome!
That's great. In that case, I'll see you around noon on Saturday. Right. Can't wait. As I beamed like a buffoon, I made eye contact with Mai. She slowly shook her head at me. Called it. Totally called it. Oh, shush. A real date with Jirard? I was more than ready for that. Stood up. Oh! Oh, no. Jirard, don't you dare. Don't you dare veer away from cinnamon roll territory and do this shit. I would assume he would have a good reason. Don't! No! Dear Diary, a date with Jirard! I'm going on a date with Jirard privately to lunch. I'm so excited I couldn't even sleep. Oh no! Saturday morning took its slow time coming, but when it finally did, I was ready. Mai was by my side, the one-woman equivalent of a team of stylists. She did my makeup for me, made sure my hair was extra silky, dabbed just the right amount of perfume on my neck, and of course she helped me pick out the cutest outfit and the one I felt the most comfortable in. When I was all ready, it was just a matter of waiting. My baby Hana is all grown up! I'm so proud of you, honey! She pinched my cheek and I swatted her hand away. Stop that! It was only a few weeks ago that we talked about dating boys and you acted like it was an impossibility. Now look where we are! Hana's got herself a B-O-Y-F. Stop! Stop! I do not! My cell phone vibrated on my desk and I snatched it up immediately. As I expected, it was from Jirard. Was he waiting outside? Heart pounding, I opened it up. Hana, I can't make it today. I'm really, really sorry. I'll definitely find a way to make it up to you. Okay, so it wasn't like he totally stood her up and like totally didn't contact her. Oh. Is it him? I showed her the message and her face fell as quickly as mine had.
Ow!
Oh, what the hell? Couldn't he have told you sooner than this? We wouldn't have wasted all that time. Mike caught the look on my face and stuttered, backtracking. I'm sure he wants a rain check. It's not like Jirard to do something like this. Yeah, it's not. He must really have not wanted to go with me. Oh, Hana, no. That's not what I meant, Hana. An odd, rather rhythmic knock tapped itself out on our door. Mai shot me a look. Well, if that's not Jirard, who is it? With a shrug, I went to get to the door, trying not to let hope show on my face. Maybe it was a prank, or he changed his mind, or it was just Satch. Hey, Satch! Hi, Satch. Hey, don't look so happy to see me, please. But I think I know why you're bummed. Jirard sent you his message, didn't he?
What?
How did... Jirard sends me to give you his most formal and sincere apologies. But seriously, he's really sorry. He wanted the message delivered in person, but I guess he got paranoid the weight would get your hopes up too high. But why can't he come?
Well...
That I don't know. Jirard's been acting strange lately. I know him almost better than anyone, and he's definitely going through something, but he's not the type to want to unload on others, so I'm keeping my distance. Out of respect. If he wants my help, he'll ask. Jirard is that kind of person. Thanks for the warning. Satch chuckled, patting me gently on the head. I knew you were a smarty. Anyway, I'll be going. You look really nice today, by the way. Thank you.
Be good.
Satch! That voice, though! Later. By the way, I hope that PBG is watching this and taking notes, because this is how you have a thing for somebody in a route that's not yours, and not be salty about it. Alright, PBG? Satch has your same feels, but without the salt. Alright? Is Pep! Stop dropping your iPad! Satch waltzed down the hall, all smiles and good cheer. It made complete sense why Jirard and him were such good friends. I headed back into the dorm room. Mai had her purse on her shoulder and was looking at me expectantly. Yes? You ready to go? Go where? Out to eat, silly! It's my treat today. There's a great chili place just off campus. Best friend, Mai! Thanks, Mai. What are you thanking me for? I'm just hungry. Oh, I low-key want to date you, Hana. Come on! I'll starve to death with the way you're dawdling. Once again, I found myself thinking, I was so lucky to have Mai. Why can't you two kiss? It isn't fair. I was both dreading and anticipating running into Jirard after that. What is this called? Withdrawal. I just don't understand. Dreading because I didn't want him to see me try and avoid me or turn away in shame. Then I would know he made a mistake. But anticipating because there was only one thing I wanted now. An explanation. But after that day, Jirard stopped coming to the cafeteria for lunch. Nobody knew why, but nobody was particularly concerned. Sometimes Jirard just gets an idea to do something and he doesn't stop until it's done. How do you think he became such a legendary completionist? It was fine for them, but I wasn't satisfied. Not at all. Also, I really love seeing Shane smile because we rarely get to see that. Don't cut yourself, Pep. It was that dissatisfaction that led me standing in front of Jirard's door, hands twisting into my skirt. I'm just checking on him, just to be sure. I raised a trembling hand to the door and knocked. In the past, every time I knocked on Jirard's door, it flew open within seconds, Jirard's smiling face behind it. This time, it didn't open. Jirard? I knocked again. Was he really not here? Where else would he be? But this time I heard a rustling behind his door. Hana? Is that you? Yeah.
What's up?
What's up? Are you okay? Can I come in? The latch turned and the door slowly cracked open about 1.5 inches. Jirard peeked through the crack, apparently trying to block as much of the room inside as he possibly could. I would love for you to, Hana. Really, I would, but I'm, busy. Busy? Is that why you haven't been around lately? He's up to something. I've been worried about you. Yes? He glanced into his room, then pulled the door a bit closer to him. I've just got this huge school project due soon. Like, so huge. Like, you don't even know how huge. It's like, it's crazy, man. I nodded slowly. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. Like, so big. I'm like, oh man, this is just so big. It's like crazy big. Jeez, so much, you know? So, I really can't afford to take time away from it. He glanced into his room again, pulling the door even closer to him. At this point, I could just barely make out his eye. He was clearly lying, but even so, he genuinely didn't seem to want me there. I thought of Satch's roundabout warning. Maybe this is what he was talking about? Oh, Satch already we're gonna let it go because sometimes, all right, he warned us, you know, that if Jirard wants help, he'll talk to you. So I think we need to just let it go. Let's check the little walkthrough. Correct. Let it go. Well, okay. I'll let you get back to it then.
You're the best.
Really? Sweet, thank you, Hana. I knew you'd understand. I smiled half-heartedly.
See you later.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks. See you around. Jirard, what are you up to? That's what he said, but I did not see him around. Weeks rolled by and suddenly the tournament was just a week away. I practiced my butt off and was ready for it, but even then my mind kept straying to Jirard. What was he doing? And why was he avoiding me? Chapter 4. Oh God! Look at that face, you guys! I've never seen Jirard angry! Oh man! Are you tough enough? Okay. I don't want to stop here because we're having so much fun, you guys. But I'm wondering if I should take like a quick minute break just to reset everything and then pick back up. I don't know if you guys would be cool with that. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because we're at chapter 4. So if I put another, like, hour or two into this, we could probably finish Jirard's thing today. Do you even lift, bro? Do you even lift? I have a friend of mine that lifts very heavily. He's ridiculous. Continue! I will continue this game forever! Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take a quick, like, minute break. Okay? Don't worry, I'm just gonna reset Gamecaster and everything, and I will be back and we will finish Jirard's route tonight if that sounds good to you. Okay, so stick around, you guys. I promise I will be right back. I'm just gonna stop streaming, shut off the game, reset game. It's gonna take me literally 2 minutes, so hold on to your horses, and I will be back in just a bit. And if you're on YouTube, thank you for watching, because I'll split this into 2 separate YouTube episodes. So thank you guys, and I will be right back. My Chu-Chu Club. I will be right back.